Hey everybody, it's Matt here, and today I'm talking about some more Toku news. And when it comes to Toku news, I've been trying to wean off it, but they just keep pulling me back in. I don't want to do news daily, I don't want to talk about every little thing, but when things cross my path that I see that no one else has talked about, and some things that get me personally hyped, I want to talk about it with y'all, because I want y'all to get hyped as well. So let's actually talk about some of that news right now. And if you're not familiar with some of the more recent Ultraman releases by Mill Creek, don't worry, I'm not either. Because every now and again I'm like, oh yeah, I know what's being released by them, don't worry, I know what's coming up next. And then all of a sudden, boom, something new. Something was talked about at some convention that I had no idea was happening, and I'm going, wow, okay, so we have another 50,000 Ultraman sets available. Excellent. Please, just take my money, Mill Creek. You can just go and do that. So, when it comes to some of the more recent ones, I want to talk about Ultraman Zerth, Ultraman Neos, and Ultraman Cosmos. 2 out of 3 of those pre-ordered. Not Cosmos, nothing against the quality of it whatsoever. I just didn't really get to see it back in the day, either on DVD or any other way, legally or otherwise. But Neos, I actually did get the chance to see back in the day, legally, of course. And when it came to Zerth, there were none either. None by fans or anything like that, or any transcriptions online. So there was no way for me personally to see Zerth. So I really wanted to check it out. Look at that price too, by the way. And when it comes to Neos, again, look at that price. Beautiful. When it comes to Cosmos, I just don't have any of that M88 cash on me. Gotta save up, gotta go to the Ultra Planet, maybe just talk to some people, get some loans out for the sheer amount of Ultraman that's out there. But we don't just have prices and release dates for these 3 releases now. We have box art. So let's actually take a look at some of that right now. So Ultraman Zerth in particular is very interesting. It is if you're not too familiar again, by the way, just fine. I fully understand why you wouldn't be, because there's just so much out there. So Ultraman Zerth is actually not only coming out, by the way, October 11th, 2022, it is 2 films that came out in the 90s about this Ultraman that we never really see again outside of some cameos here and there, but you don't really see him. There's no like show for Ultraman Zerth, very much in the way that there was no show for Kamen Rider Zeo or Shin or J. They were just their own thing that we eventually see through other means later. So these 2 films, again, are ones that, from what I've seen, have not been translated by fans online. So this is the first time that we can actually see these in the US. They are on DVD, however, not on Blu-ray. That is something to note, but at the same time, though, if they were sourced from Blu-rays and just, scaled down, quote-unquote scaled down to DVD, then honestly I'm okay with it, because they're still Blu-ray quality just on DVD. And again, for this price, I think it's a steal. So I'm a big fan of it. And looking at the box art, I actually think it looks really cool. Really weird though now, and you're going to notice these with the next few box arts that we look at, how for some reason Mill Creek is just putting 2 or just multiple logos on the sets in ways that I don't think the logos look that good, but the actual box art itself looks good on the front and even on the back, just as a split. Instead of it being left to right, it's just up and down. I think this box art looks good. The front really evokes kind of a very powerful vibe to it, and also the contrast between the reddish orange with the lightish blue. I'm a big fan of it, but when you look at Ultraman Neos, while I am a fan of the interesting Marvel, maybe someone can actually Photoshop or just edit video of, instead of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man coming out, it could just be Ultraman Neos. Because I find it very interesting that you have this whirl around, when you can look at Ultraman Neos, the show, it is pretty chill, at least from what I remember the opening was, so it is kind of funny to see it represented, the front of the box art like this, like it's very serious type of show. Looking at the back of the box art, I am very confused. I say this with the utmost love and respect. It looks like a PS2 game, and I'm someone who grew up with the SNES, PS1, and PS2, so I don't, again, I'm not trying to disrespect it here, it just looks like a PS2 game, and I am confused. Some of the box art, at least the backs, the fronts have been, for the most part, pretty good, I would argue, but when it comes to Mill Creek and the back of the box art, for some of these, I'm looking at them and I'm like, really? That's what you're doing? okay. But either way, though, the price I do think is worth it. It's actually only 12 episodes, by the way. So for Toku, especially for Ultraman, it's a breeze. And I think that it's an amazing way to get your start with Ultraman. So I would definitely recommend it. Again, for this price as well, 2 discs for 12 episodes, 6 apiece. I think that's going to look really good because when it comes to cramming episodes onto discs, it's not something that's new. It's not like, other anime companies haven't been doing this for a while as well. When you cram more episodes on, the episodes can look a bit worse. So thankfully, having two be 6 episodes apiece, actually pretty good. Now I don't know if these are sourced from Blu-rays or just specifically taken from Ultraman Neos DVDs in Japan. Not too sure about that, but again, I do think that as a watch, you should definitely check it out. Now moving on to Ultraman Cosmos, what's funny here is, again, this also has this vibe of a really tough, rough and tumble Ultraman, where I remember hearing, again, haven't been able to check it out, but I remember hearing that this Ultraman was actually very kind and sweet. This series, I don't remember if it was dark or not, but I could swear that this Ultraman was actually a really good guy. Not like the other Ultraman are evil or something, they're not all Belial, but still, I remember hearing that this Ultraman was actually a pretty chill dude, so it's kind of funny that this looks like he's a really tough rider kick Ultraman. Now, all 3 movies, by the way, are included with this. For some reason, they're called specials. Don't know why. The first movie is actually a prequel, which is pretty interesting and pretty cool that they have it included here. Thank God they didn't just make it separate. But what's weird is that they're called specials and not films, so that really freaks some people out. I remember hearing a lot of people saying, oh, are they not going to include some of the other Ultraman Cosmos movies? But no, every single one of them is included. All 65 episodes are included. This is coming out October 11th, 2022. And when looking at the number of discs, there are 8 discs for 65 episodes and 3 movies. What does that mean? That means that things might get a little crunchy. Maybe 9 to 10 episodes per disc, and then the last 2 discs are a few extra episodes and maybe one of the films. I don't know the length of each film, but I heard that they're all feature length. That's why they were called films and not specials originally, so I don't know how they're going to be included on these discs. Don't know if they're being sourced from Blu-rays. I just know that things can get pretty crunchy with that many episodes, so let's hope that they look good, everybody. $30. I will be waiting to get this. I still have to get Tiga and Dinah and Gaia. Alright everybody, so that about wraps up this video, and I'm going to go have an existential crisis because there's just too much Ultraman coming out, and for some of these series, I'm seeing them or finishing them for the first time. If you feel the same way, please comment down below. I swear this is a fun hobby. There's just so much. And again, that's a good problem to have. So, either way, love you all. Please follow us on all the socials in the description box down below. Like and subscribe if you like the video. And if you don't like the video, you can still like and subscribe. Either way, I won't judge you. So, love you all. Take care and tune in next time. So, see ya.